We are taking a little bit of a break from the best of 2018 videos, mainly because I still have like base products left, which hasn't been too difficult for me to like kind of pick my favorites. But then I also have like the bronzer, highlight, blush categories that I want to do. And those have been really difficult for me to like whittle down. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can whittle it down and make the information like a little bit more digestible and have it make sense and really pick out like my favorites from 2018. So anyway, I apologize for like the break in best of 2018 videos, but I thought today we would do like a playing with makeup video because I've purchased a few new things. I've actually got two or three things here that I received in PR. So I just want to let you know that. I know some people are not interested in PR products. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there before we got into like the meat of the video. And because I don't have like a full face, we're going to be mixing in some forgotten loves, some products that I have in my collection that have been neglected, that I really enjoy and just haven't used in a while. So let's get into this. Obviously, I have a bare face and an itchy neck. What's happening back here? All right, so let's start with primer. I have the Guerlain L'Or primer. I really enjoy this one. I have not used it in a while. I've really been enjoying the Armani Glow On Moisturizing Balm. I've been enjoying the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So this one has been neglected, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this one today. I prefer this one over the YSL one. I know YSL, I can't remember the name of it. Maybe it's like Touche Éclat primer or something, but it looks very similar to this. But I like this one more because it's not quite as sticky as the YSL. I think if you want something to really help with the longevity of your makeup, the YSL one may be better. But this one I feel like has, you know, just enough tackiness. It doesn't, for me, it doesn't go overboard, which I like. So that's the Guerlain L'Or primer. And then I have two cushion foundations that I want to kind of mix. So I have, we'll see if this works. I have the Clé de Peau, and I got the shade that I normally get, 020, in Clé de Peau foundations. But this one I found oxidized a little bit. I also found that it's just deeper than the other 020s that I have. So I thought I would try and mix it with the Mer Cushion foundation because I think this one is a little bit light for me. I also don't actually like the formula of this. It really makes my skin look dry, which is so surprising. I've tried it at least 3 or 4 times. I tried it when Mona was here and she was like, "What do you have on your face?" And I was like, "Why do you ask?" She was like, "I don't think it looks that good." She's like, "Something's going on around your eyes and it just looks dry." And it was this. So I like the formula of the Clé de Peau. I don't like the formula of this, and I feel like the shades could be a good like combo for me. We'll try this. So what I'm going to do is actually use the puff that's included for each, put it on my skin, and then use like a different tool to actually mix it around on my face. We'll give this a shot. We are really playing with makeup today. All right, let's try this. So this is the Clé de Peau. And then I'm going to put the La Mer up here. See how much whiter that is? But I feel like, do you see how the Clé de Peau, it's just darkening up? Anyway, let me put this where I did not put the Clé de Peau. And I'm going to take my brush and kind of blend the two. Okay, not too bad, actually. So I'm going to continue putting both on my face. I'm going to, I think, stick the La Mer in the center of my face since it's so much lighter. And then use the Clé de Peau on the outside of my face here. Mix all those together. All right, well, so far I think the combo of these two works out pretty well. I do like the color. The La Mer definitely toned down the Clé de Peau, and time will tell in terms of finish, but I really do like the Clé de Peau formula, and I really hope mixing that in with the La Mer really helps it out a bit. So let's move on to concealer. So I've got the La Prairie Illuminating, Brightening, Anti-Fatigue pen. This has a really long name. I can't really remember it, but this is what it looks like. It has the clicky button and there's like a brush tip. And I have not used this in a while. When I first purchased this, I used this quite a bit. It definitely grew on me. I don't think I was like ready for the brightening because it has like actually like a pearly kind of finish to it. And I just wasn't expecting it. So I'm going to use my finger actually to apply. So this product definitely conceals as well, but I think it really is meant to brighten and correct more than conceal. It has a really peachy tone to it, and it's great if you feel like you're looking a little tired. I think it's wonderful for that. All right, next up we have powder, and I'm actually going to be using my new xoxo face brush. I'm really excited to give this a shot. This has squirrel hair, and it actually looks very, very similar to my Surratt face brush. So here's the xoxo face brush. Oh my God, like mink. It feels so amazing. Here's the Chikuhodo brush that I've been using, as you guys know, pretty much all the time. The bristles on this are a little bit longer on the xoxo one. And then here it is next to my Surratt. The Surratt, I think, is closer to my Chikuhodo. Yeah, so the xoxo I feel like has the longest brush hairs. I mean, just by probably a couple millimeters. So that is interesting, but these all have squirrel hair. And the powder I want to try is this Givenchy Prism Libre powder that I hauled, I think, during one of the Sephora sales, and just haven't gotten a chance to use it. It comes in this beautiful packaging. Look at that case. And this is in the shade 5, Satin Blanc. Take off the sticker. Holy smokes, this is real tight. So there's 4 different powders in here. They all have like different tones. So I wonder, how do you get all of them out? I'm trying to figure out like how to get all 4. Because usually I dump it out, but I feel like depending on which side I dump it out from is gonna determine like which powder I get. Maybe what I'll do is close this without the puff and then turn it upside down quickly. So I got like a bunch of each powder in there. I'm just swatching this because I'm curious to see if there's any finish. No, I don't see any. Don't think I see any. So I think this is a matte powder. I'm happy about that because that's what I like for setting powders. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit here and start around my eye. This brush is like heaven. I think it's even softer than my Chikuhodo. Like a little fluffier than the Surratt. Not that I think it's more dense, but I think because the bristles are like cut, they start pretty low. So like the end of the brush, which is what you actually use, is like lighter in feeling. No, I don't think the powder has any scent. If it does, it's very, very faint because I just got my nose way up in there and I think I just snorted some. So far, so good. I don't think the powder has made me look really dry or anything. It's definitely like taken the shine down quite a bit all over my face, which is really nice, but it's left some nice natural radiance there. And this brush is heaven. Heaven in a brush. All right, next up I have the Amore Pacific Color Illuminating Compact. Why am I showing you the box? This is something I got through Octoly. So this is one of the PR products that I received. This is what the compact looks like. It has this cool like silver detailing in there. It looks almost like inlaid mother of pearl. It's really pretty. And then the compact opens. There's a nice big mirror on the inside. There's a brush here, and this sits right on top of this lid, almost like a cushion compact, and then you have the powder underneath. So that is what the powder looks like. Oh, that's nice. Color Illuminating Compact I thought was going to be more of like a highlighter, but this is indeed more of like a bronzer contour. So let me swatch this. I'm just going to run my finger along all 3 strips. It looks like there's 3 different colors in here. So I'm just going to run my finger along all 3 and see if I can get a decent swatch. So it's on my middle finger there, and that is the shade. It looks more on the warm side, so I'm going to call this more of a bronzer than a contour. I should mention that this powder also looks like there's a little bit of a sheen to it. Well, I should say quite a bit of a sheen to it. I don't know if you can see it in my swatch, but it's definitely not matte. It is more of like a satin finish. So I'm going to take my Tom Ford bronzer brush and kind of just rotate my brush in there so I get all 3 powders. Start to apply lightly. It's pretty pigmented. I'm just going to apply it to half of my face so you can see the difference. So I think I went a little heavy-handed with it. Let me try and wipe some off. But it is definitely on the warmer side But I don't know. I feel like it's looking really muddy right here. I'm not sure what it did, but over here it's looking nice. Like I like the coloring on my forehead and along my temple, but just along my cheek, I feel like doing something a little bit odd. My guess is this will probably all come out with some buffing when I do like a finishing powder. So I'm going to leave that as is, but you can see the effect. I have it on this side of my face, obviously, and not on this side. Just brush some over my nose, down here. Yeah, I think this side looks better. I think I just went a little too heavy-handed on this side. I think that's why it looks a little bit weird. It looks like it clumped up a bit, but I do feel like this side looks a bit nicer. It looks, you know, like it's better blended. All right, so that's the Amore Pacific Color Illuminating Compact. And then I picked up this Natasha Denona Duo Glow blush in number 2 Rayo because they were having a sale on it. They were even having like a sale on the sale. And I hauled this during one of my live streams and I just haven't gotten a chance to use it. So I thought I would use this today. It's a really pretty frosty pink. You can see how much sheen there is. So hopefully this is a more of a cool toned blush, but I think it should work nicely with this warm bronzer. Let's see. I don't think I'll need a highlight with this blush. This pretty much does it. And I don't know if I like the tone with this bronzer. Oh well. So there is the Natasha Denona Duo Glow in Rayo. I really don't think I need a highlighter on top of this. This looks really glowy. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm actually not going to put on any highlighter. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to move on to eyebrows. I'm actually not going to use my beloved Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel today. Surprise, surprise. I thought I would use my Surratt Beauty eyebrow pencil, which I don't think I've used on camera in a very long time. I have it in the color Raven, which is the darkest, and it's just this super, super fine point. So I'm just gonna draw in my eyebrows quickly and I'll be right back. All right, just did my brows. They look not quite as bold in the viewfinder as they do in real life. I think I went a little overboard, but I'm gonna throw on some of my NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. Just checking out my foundation powder situation. It's still looking really good. I think the Clé de Peau La Mer mashup was a good one, and that Givenchy powder is really nice. I don't see any like kind of dryness or any kind of weird texture or anything going on. The eyeshadow palette I want to use is something that was sent to me through Octoly from Kevin Aquan. This is that Nude Pop eyeshadow palette. And I didn't really want to get it. And then Mel Thompson raves about it. And so I thought, I should get it. She loves it so much. And I respect her opinion entirely. So it was just sitting in my cart and I just never really pulled the trigger. And then I saw this on Octoly. So I ordered it through there and they actually approved me. I usually get rejected like 90% of the time on Octoly. I get rejected if I see something I like. I'm like, ooh, let me try and get it. The company then has to approve you. So when you do get approved, you get like an email and it says, oh, your order is on the way. And I was like, really? They're actually sending me this palette? I was so excited. So here's the palette. It has a really fun cover. And then you've got 12 shades inside. Nice mirror on the cover. And this is a really beautiful, beautiful, cool toned palette. So I have like an old Kevin Aquan palette, and I also have one of the Quints that I actually never used. But I used the larger palette a lot, and it had a lot of eyeshadows in there, and I loved that palette. I still love that palette. I love that palette, and I love his eyeshadow formula. So I'm hoping it hasn't changed much, or if it has, it's changed for the better. So I have really high hopes for this. And I'm sorry, before we jump into this, I just want to mention that I purchased 2 of his new Quints. I got Magnify and Unblinking. And if you guys want me to do a video dedicated to these, just let me know down in the comments section. Give this video a thumbs up, something, and I would be happy to do that because I'm really excited for those 5 eyeshadows, and then it comes with like a cream eyeshadow, which is a lot of fun. So anyway, back to Nude Pop. And again, I'm going to try out some of my new Suku brushes. So I have eyeshadow brush M, which I think is medium. Again, blue squirrel, and it has like an oval shape. There's not a defined pinch in the ferrule, but this definitely feels oval. And here's eyeshadow brush F. So this is more like a flat shader. Maybe that's what the F stands for, flat. So here is eyeshadow brush L. This has a more defined pinch there, so it's definitely on the flatter side. All right, I'm gonna start with L, and I'm gonna go into this shade here just to get a feel for these shadows, set my primer, get some powder down. Okay, not much to see there, but so far so good. Let me get you some swatches actually of these shimmery shades. I'm pretty curious myself. Wow, look at those. This one is super cool. That's this one over here. You know, in the viewfinder, it looks purple. On my finger, it looks a little bit purple, but in real life, it looks more green. It looks more like antique green. So it has like a green-purple shift, although you can't really see it. I guess because the light is shining on it. Those are beautiful. So those are the three like really fun, foily kind of shades, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes, and then I want to say there's like 4 satin shades. Okay, I definitely want to use this shade. All right, I'm going to use this matte to start the dimension. I'm using my Suku eyeshadow M brush. Ooh, pretty, and blends really easily. Ooh, that is such a pretty color. What a beautiful cool tone transition shade. This brush is great. No surprise, Suku brushes have a great reputation, so I had very high hopes for these, and they are living up to them. There, you know, the cooler my eyeshadow looks, the more orange my cheeks look. All right, I think I'm just gonna go straight into this color here and put that all over my lid. I'm gonna try a brush. I do get the feeling that maybe this is one of those shadows that works better with your finger, but I'm gonna go ahead and try this Suku eyeshadow brush F. This color is really, really cool. It has like that greenish antique gold base, and then the glittery bits in there are that purple. I do think I want to try my finger, so I'm going to use my ring finger here and just pat this down. Oh yeah, much more impact there. And then I'm going to take the M brush and blend out the top there. And I have just the teensiest amount of fallout just right here under my lash line. I think I'm going to use this flat brush that I used for the glitter shade. I'm going to go into this really dark matte color and just kind of pat this on my outer corner and see if I can add just a little bit more dimension there. I'm going to take my Sonia G Pencil Pro brush, go back into this dark matte shade and line my eyes with that. All right, that's it for this eyeshadow palette. This is exciting. This is really everything I've heard it to be. Mel Thompson was 1000% correct. Again, as usual, it is stunning. It's really, really beautiful. Really can't wait to play with this more. And thanks again to Kevin Aquan and Octoly for sending this to me. I'm just going to use my Edward Best Wish Granted mascara, curl my lashes, not in that order, and I'll be right back. All right, mascara is on. Let's move on to lips. So I couldn't resist. I had to pick up the new Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer in Fussy. I have the original, can't even remember that name anymore. And I love that one. It's more peachy, if I understand correctly. Yeah, and this is a little bit more cool toned and a little bit more pink. So I am really excited to try this. I hope this has the same scent as the original one because I loved that. It does. Oh, it just reminds me of childhood, and I can't remember which lip product I played around with when I was a kid that smells like this. Or maybe it was a doll? This one definitely feels a little bit thicker than the original, but not bad. Just a little bit different. But it has that same like nice kind of like satin glossy look to the lips. I really love that. All right, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip Cheat. It's a little bit pinker than the Iconic Nude, which I usually use. Whenever I put lip liner on after I put on my lipstick, I always tend to overdraw them, which is not a bad thing. I do like this lip gloss a lot, and Pillow Talk is a really nice match for the tone of it. Overall, I really like the products that I tried for the first time. The only thing that's throwing me off is I think the tone of this bronzer is just wrong for this look. I wish I had done something cooler to kind of go with like the cool tone look here, because I think it's just making my eyeshadow look really gray when in fact it's kind of purple. And then I think the eyeshadow is making this look even more orange than it is. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I actually wanted to use some finishing powder to buff all this out. I have my Guerlain Meteorites here. I've got my Sonia G Face One brush. I really do think it helped kind of blend that all in. I think it also toned down the oranginess of it. The Guerlain Meteorites to the rescue again. I have it in the shade medium, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. So that's it for today's video. I hope you had fun along with me, just playing with some new makeup, some forgotten loves, and definitely don't forget to let me know if you want me to do a dedicated video to the new Kevyn Aucoin Quince. Again, I have Magnify and Unblinking. I picked the two that looked the coolest because we all have a lot of warm eyeshadows. So hopefully the pictures on Sephora weren't too like deceiving. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know down below in the comment section if you've used any of these products and you like them or don't like them. Would love to hear from you. And subscribe before you leave. I would love that, and I'll see you in my next video.